Hi there, students. Boots on the ground. Okay, this is talking about people being physically present in a place doing the work to achieve something. Now, originally, this was used to talk about having soldiers fighting in a war rather than using other things like airstrikes or missiles or financial support or training or advice. So the boots on the ground are soldiers actually fighting. So for example, the war in the Ukraine at the moment, Europe is supporting Ukraine, but Europe has put no boots on the ground. Okay, there are no troops, there are no soldiers from European armies actually fighting. Okay, so boots on the ground. The Russians have boots on the ground, and I think the Belarusians as well have boots on the ground. So this is talking about people who are actually fighting. And I think the idea is that if you want to win this war, you need to put boots on the ground. You can't just use technology and things like that. Okay, so this is having people physically present. So American military policy relies too much on technology and air power, and it relies too little on boots on the ground, people actually being there. Now, this has gone further. The metaphor has been extended. So for the police as well, if you want to deal with problem housing estates, the poor parts of the city, then if you want to deal with crime, you need boots on the ground. You can't have policies and good ideas. You physically need boots on the ground. More boots on the ground will help the police fight crime. Or, for example, I like the example with fisheries. To manage fishing and what the trawlers catch and what they throw back, you need boots on the ground. You can't just rely on the trawlers, on the fishing ships to regulate themselves. You need boots on the ground. You need people to actually take part in this, to be there. So initially, ground troops are on active service in a military operation. So if two countries are allies and one goes to war, then they would hope that their allies put boots on the ground. Now, you can use this phrase as well to talk about information. So the information about the war that I'm getting from the boots on the ground is that things are not going too well. So here, boots on the ground is talking about the soldiers that are physically fighting, the soldiers that are physically present and doing it. So boots on the ground, people actually doing it. This is talking about ground troops. This is talking about foot soldiers. This is talking about combat personnel. So boots on the ground, these are the actual people fighting. This is the military policy of using ground forces, being physically present and doing things. But this is a very different thing to just supporting your ally with money or with equipment or with things like that. And then figuratively, this is talking about being present in a place to work out what's happening, to understand the situation. Now, as to origin, this is supposed to come from an American general, Volney F. Walker, who was talking about the Iranian hostage crisis. And this phrase "boots on the ground" has only been around since about the 1980s. Some people consider this is dehumanizing language, that you're only thinking about the metronymy of the boots on the ground. You're not thinking about these as real people. So, boots on the ground, formality. I think I'm going to give this a 5 in formality. I think you could use it anywhere. So, boots on the ground.